So there is no darkness without a light. There is no light without darkness. There is nothing if there is just darkness, and there is nothing when it is just light. And if you are a balanced individual, balanced in the middle of it all, between light and dark, in perfect alignment, then you are everything. That's how it works. I don't know why I have to start from it, but it's important in this reading. It's not really reading. I will just really explain a vision I had just like a half hour ago, perhaps 40 minutes. And I think it's a collective reading. I think it's a collective reading. I don't think it's personal for me, because were rather than specific people, there were archetypes of people, and in your life currently, if you're on the same path, there might be people who fit this archetype. Maybe they will have different faces, different names, but they will fit this specific archetype. And this vision is a major resolution to somebody's inner conflict. It's like a pivotal point. It's very, very important for somebody to probably listen to it, and perhaps something similar happened to you. I want to also say that, and I don't know if I have to, not to criticize anyone, not to criticize any tarot readings, but I wanted to say that it becomes a spiritual warfare. That's a conclusion from the vision I have. It becomes a spiritual warfare when there is an ego attachment to something. Because if there's no ego attachment, it's just information. And it might have meaning for somebody, and that's the purpose of it. That's the purpose of being medium. That's the purpose of being a psychic reader, is to give information to somebody who is on a different path than you. It's on a different path, because I think psychic or medium should be a person who is fully integrated and don't have to process anything in terms of the ego. Somebody who lives in unity but understands duality. That's what I think. I'm not saying I'm there. I'm just thinking as like what would be ideal. That's why I'm not taking personal readings, because I don't know if I'm yet there. I genuinely don't know, and I'm waiting for a sign. Okay, so let's say about this vision. So a person started to have some sort of symptoms related to harvesting of energy suddenly. The number 911 popped, and the number 555 popped severely. 222 and 888. 222 first and 888 later. It's a resolution to energy harvesting, and like most of conflicts we are talking about in spirituality, pretty much, because there was also a resolution to who copycat is. If you are a being on a spiritual path, if you are a divine being, if you are somebody who came here on earth to make a change, you will have copycats. You should be happy, because that means you're doing your job. If you're meeting people and they suddenly starting to be responsive to your energy, starting to be interested in things you mentioned, they start to perhaps appreciating your style, changing your style of clothing and stuff, and this all is to actually appreciate. If you have, indeed, you went through ego death and it went successfully, and you don't have ego attachment, it wouldn't bother you at all. That's the problem with many people who actually this motive is just repeating. The tarot reading and psychic reading should be about problems which are currently, who should be solving problems of which person currently struggles with, whenever their level is, doesn't matter. It's about you being responsive to somebody else's aura and informations which are surfacing. And of course it needs permission as well. You can't just be, this is all spiritual crime and it's being punished if you astral travel, if you accessing somebody's Akashic records, all of it, it's not possible. People have crazy spirits on a gateway to the Akashic records. It's like, some of them are so scary. I've seen faces of many, so like, don't even try. Some people have crazy keys you can't access. Like, there's one thing, like, copycats are just a reason, like, just a thing to be happy about, really. Like, this means you're doing your job. They are responsive to your energy. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that what you want? Like, don't you want to change people's frequency? Like, if you are original, you have nothing to worry about. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm coming back to this vision. Just EU attachments. So the person started to harvest energy, and it was deliberate and evil, and spirit guides popped, archangels, energies to work with popped. There was Anubis and Kalima as well. They didn't know if to take the case in their own hands because they wanted somebody to actually overcome it themselves, to actually process it all. Then there was a person revealed themselves who they are, and the first was like the confirmation. So somebody I'm reading for called this person a dumb bitch, and this person got really offended and started to say that, do you want to be in court? Because would you like to be called this way? Would you like to be called dumb bitch? And the person I'm reading for said, yes, if I would do what you were doing, I would definitely take it, because I think that's exactly, it's a perfect description. I don't know why people are so afraid of curses. Like, why? No, that's perfectly describing what it is, what kind of frequency it is, what kind of frequency person exhibits in a moment of this occurrence, this interaction. Other than that, it's pretending, it's not authentic. Okay, so we have, it shows like also the level of possibility or capability of somebody's emotional regulation, right? So we're just being real here. And then it was shown and explained like how person was doing it ever since this person was actually born, how this person was depleting this inner child center. It was explained that this person is doing it not only from jealousy, it's just from, I don't know how to call it really, just this desires to be more than they are, desires to be, but it was spiritual crime in this case. It wasn't nice, it wasn't innocent. It was deliberate practice to harm somebody, and it was explained also that this person attempted multiple sacrifices, like life sacrifices, and spirit guides everybody knew about it. And this situation quickly escalated to the point that hell gateways opened. The gateways to hell opened, and there was a devil sitting, and I think it was Lucifer out of all, because it wasn't Baal, wasn't Baphomet, wasn't any other, I think, devil. He had like a long chin, very long fingers, long nails. He was sitting on a throne, of course made out of skulls and stuff, and what he did is he stripped this person naked, and it was like, from interaction with the person I'm reading for, the gateways opened, this people, and it was several people. It wasn't just one person in auric field. It wasn't just one person in this inner child solar plexus area doing it to this child. It was multiple people. It was like three male, I think, 3 males and 3 females. It was, I think, 6 people in this particular case. There was more though, but it wasn't shown in details what happened to each of them. But to this, it happened. So the first person was kind of stripped naked, humiliated, and they've been just being turned around like this. And the devil, the Lucifer, was extremely objectifying them and insulting how they look, showing like which areas of their body, which areas of their body are insecure. I got it in like specific details, which was horrible, and I didn't want to see it really. But yeah, this person archetype, a person who was like siphoning your energy, was very good looking, but still had some issues about how they look. They would like to have like a bigger, I think, certain areas was the main, I think, problem for them. But like very extremely vain, and dumb bitch was a stupid bitch or whatever they've been called. It was really, really well fitting, actually. I need to admit. Yeah, they definitely been not very bright. And then there was another person who was actually cut into pieces and thrown into the river, and that was because, and it was somebody's ex who didn't want to let go, and they've been doing like dark magic, black magic for ever since those people broke up. So you and this person broke up. If they've been thrown into a river, that's because somebody knew, the devil knew, that they can't swim. And it was like horrifying. Also, like, there were such cruel things happening out there. There was 2 people who've been a couple, older people, and they've been like mummified, and the devil was thinking whether they should be mummified together or if they should be just like be separate, and he decided for them to be separate but thrown somewhere far away next to each other, because he said if they will be together they will figure something out to get out. The devil knew them like very, very well. He knew them extremely well, and there was also like information in the middle of all of it to say that somebody's solar plexus chakra supposed to be a joyous child. It was happy child, but it was always just forming more and more and more shadow. That's why it gained like ability to open Hell's Gate finally, and it became like it became embodiment of super ego. So we here talk about Rahu, and we're talking about somebody stepping to their north node, because Rahu is actually a north node, but it's portrayed like in Vedic astrology. I think the way they describing Rahu is very similar to a definition of superego, in my interpretation. Okay, so we have that. There was another person. There was something about just before the Hell Gates opened. This person who archangels came, and I think there was also Anubis and Kali, and they actually just like put a sword in their back from this time, and they said they will take it off when this person will learn how to love God's creations. But they already, it was visible that it is not long working, that they will still do it and still do it and still do it. Therefore, like, the Hell Gates opened, actually, and everybody fell in. Everybody who was in this solar plexus area of yours, everybody fell in. And there were like, the devil was just like tormenting people straight up, like flipping, torturing them, literally torturing them, like bringing out the the scariest thing, the things they still care about, the things which they're still scared about. I'm not just go into details. There were two people which were, like, one person was cut into pieces. I don't know what started to happen to the other person, but suddenly, like, the portal opened above everything, and there was, I think, Metatron and God screamed, like, actually, like, stop, very loud, and Devil got super scared, like, extremely scared. Like, I felt like he tried to keep his cool and say that we're gonna negotiate now, like, but he couldn't even negotiate. Like, it was visible, like, how powerful God is. And this person took all of those people out of Devil's hands, actually, all those enemies, all those people, and said that they will be placed still on Earth in according conditions, to redeem their sins, because actually they have free will, and actually there are laws put in place. So it's always like, your condition is always where it meant to be. There is nothing wrong with the way your life is currently. This is the stage. So that's why I'm also saying, like, here also, like, a warning for, like, tarot readers. You know, if you go and buy a reading and somebody's saying to you all those things, like, you are a victim and you are, like, that's all, like, not that, like, I don't know, it's something like this. I think I got, like, many clues from this vision. What else happened there? Yeah, somebody was very scared of getting fat. There was one more person. There were people who were, it was forbidden for them to have a child. That's what they wanted so much. Then I got a look at multiple people's inner child and how they look currently. What is the state of them? Because it was also said, revealed to me, that the state of an inner child is the most important point in human psychology. And it's like a key to success if it comes to your shadow integration. It was very important to say at the beginning that you gotta be in the middle, and this is the space inner child holds. I get extreme pull here in the back now. Let's see what wanna come through. The resolution to it all was that God said to a person I'm reading for that the portal to hell is open in the auric field, and it shouldn't be, actually. They should be just in the middle. The portal suddenly opened because of how much because of the person was shown what exactly is causing this inner child to be in the condition it is. And God took this person, it's like astral projection, like lifted it up, and it was like a blue body, like a soul, and the soul was like lifted up to like heaven. And they said that the process of releasing of this psychic content from this place will continue. It's not yet over, but it's like the biggest resolution right now, and you will learn, like, what kind of image of those people you should hold in your mind, basically, out of all of it. It's really solution. And like, your trauma is pretty much released. He said that the next phase of it is forgiveness. It's not yet done. The next, yeah, it's forgiveness for what those people did to you. Yeah, that's that. I've been seeing, like, the number, which, like, in Polish culture signifies Polish Pope a lot, and I reminded myself, like, a specific story I had, particularly from my childhood, when I was talking to my aunt who's a nun, and also to my uncle who is a priest, I think. And one of the things I said to a priest was that well, I'm not gonna be into this church because they don't have female priests, and I want to be a priest. And the other thing that I sent to this aunt was that she was saying to me something about my name like being worse or something, because there's not a person who have this name who's holy. And I think I said to her, so it's a good opportunity for me to be a one, you know. So that might be something like this might be relevant to somebody as well. And I think it's like definitely related to a confidence. Confidence in yourself. Okay, I'm gonna do a tarot reading now after.